A serial killer out of prison and living in a quiet neighborhood just outside Charlotte.
I feel sorry for the people that have to live around her. She's a danger to society.
She helped kill 5 innocent victims who couldn't fight back in a twisted scheme that became infamous.
It's a horrific crime that these two people were involved in. Both of them should be in prison forever.
And many now fear she'll kill again.
She's a serial killer and she could do it again. And most of them do.
Wow. After 30 years in prison, Catherine Wood was released and moved into Fort Mill yesterday.
Her release comes despite objections from victims' families and 8 previous rejections from a parole board who labeled her a potential danger and a woman without remorse.
Our South Carolina Bureau reporter Greg Suskin spoke to her new neighbors, and you also talked to a reporter who covered this case more than 30 years ago. Greg.
Yeah, I did, and you can only imagine how crimes like that shook that community 30 years ago and why today family members of those victims are so upset to hear about Cathy Wood's release. But this neighborhood here in Fort Mill played no part in this at all, and neighbors had no idea who'd moved in. Sutton Mill is a new neighborhood off Harris Road in Fort Mill. No one here was aware that they have a new neighbor, serial killer Cathy Wood.
It's just kind of surprising, really, I guess, to say the least.
I have mild concerns. Yeah, I think you'd be an idiot not to have a concern.
Wood and her girlfriend, Gwen Graham, killed at least 5 elderly women at a Michigan nursing home in the 80s in what some called a lover's pact. One smothered them with linens in their beds, while the other acted as a lookout. Prosecutors said they did it to forge a bond between them so one would never leave the other. Police could only prove 5 killings, but believed there were as many as a dozen. Today, we ran into Michigan TV reporter Ken Kolker in Fort Mill. He covered the court case 30 years ago for a newspaper.
It was bizarre. I mean, we were watching bodies being exhumed, going to cemeteries.
Yesterday, Kolker went to Tallahassee, Florida to be there for Wood's release from prison. He then followed her to her new home in Fort Mill today. He never imagined he'd be doing this.
I actually interviewed her in prison 30 years ago, and then to be here in this, brand new neighborhood in South Carolina, knocking on her door. Never thought that would happen.
South Carolina Probation, Pardon, and Parole was notified of Wood's intention to move to South Carolina after her release. That agency will be responsible for monitoring her until her parole period ends. When I went to the door this afternoon to speak to Wood or her family, they slammed the door. And as part of her parole, Wood is not allowed to work with the elderly, with sick people, or with children until that parole period ends, and it's only about 1.5 years from now, June of next year. Erica?
Yes, but Greg, now the neighbors' knowledge can also be a deterrent because they're aware and they can look out for anything suspicious. Thank you. The story of the 2 serial killers has been used in television shows and books. In fact, in 1992, it was the basis for the true crime novel called Forever in 5 Days. And then their story resurfaced more than 2 decades later when it was featured on the Oxygen Network's Killer Couples series in 2014. And then 2 years after that, the FX show American Horror Story used the case as an idea for one of its episodes.